Woke up this morning and what do I see? The motherfucking police have arrested KeefeD, man. Now, before I get into that story, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow when I drop every video. Otherwise, your mama's a hoe. No, I'm just fucking with y'all, man. Hey, I just wanted to send a quick shout out to everybody who's been subscribing, everybody who has been viewing all of my videos. Man, I didn't think that single nigga meals video would go up. I just was putting that shit out there like I usually do. I got another one for y'all coming this morning as well. Man, I gained like fucking 50 plus subscribers from that. So shout out to all of y'all. Salute to all of y'all, man. Share any of my videos, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, sac.the.king. And yeah, let's get right into this shit. Now, I woke up this morning and everywhere I looked, KeefeD, man. They have formally indicted KeefeD for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Now, in case y'all been under a rock, KeefeD has had a few interviews, most notably the interviews that he did with Vlad TV, pretty much confessing that he was there, but he blamed the murder on his nephew, which is a deceased person named Orlando Anderson, Baby Lane from Compton, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all know how y'all is about that shit in LA, the gangbanging shit. Make sure you get the neighborhood right. Nigga, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? RIP to him. But anyways, man, KeefeD 27 years later. Now, some of my viewers might not even be 27 years old yet. You know what I'm saying? But 27 years later, he's been indicted officially for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace, Tupac, man. I remember exactly where I was at when I heard Tupac died. I was coming out of Food for Less right there on Mack Road in South Sacramento. I was like 13 years old. And somebody said, "Hey, man, it's all on the radio. You guys haven't heard Tupac has died." Now, we had heard he got shot and he was in the hospital, but this is when he officially died, and it's been the anniversary maybe a couple weeks ago. September 13th, I think, is the day that he passed, 1996, man. I was 13 years old, and I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. I was devastated when Tupac died. I felt like that was like a family member of mine. I listened to Tupac so much and grew up off of that shit. I'm old enough to remember that shit, you know what I mean? So, like, especially as a young teenage kid and before my teenage years, I grew up on Tupac. Like, still listen to Tupac to this day. Still to this day, I don't think nobody has had a 3-album run like Tupac with Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, and Machiavelli. There's no 3 albums that a person has put out back to back to back that is fucking with those albums, man. You can go back and check the history, no skips at all. Even that shit is still relevant to this day, you know what I'm saying? So rest in peace, Tupac. But if you haven't watched them Vlad interviews, man, KeefeD pretty much went up there and told his story. Now, everybody's going to be like, Vlad is the reason why. You know, Vlad pretty much single-handedly solved the Tupac murder. He's interviewed everybody associated, everybody involved, with the exception of Orlando Anderson, which is Baby Lane, because he's deceased, obviously. But he interviewed the next person close to him that was actually in the car, KeefeD. Now, before y'all be like, Vlad is the police, Vlad did this, Vlad did that. Nah, man. Vlad interviewed KeefeD based on a book that he wrote. KeefeD actually wrote a book about the murder. All right? He confessed in a live, in a recorded video that he killed him to get immunity. Now, I'm kind of confused as to how he can still be charged if he had immunity, but maybe that was immunity from his drug case. You know what I mean? But, man, when you get off, hey, man, you're supposed to fade to black like Jay-Z, man. You're supposed to set sail and not talk about this shit ever again. But, you know, hard times might hit people, and Vlad threw him a bag, not once, but twice, and he came in there and told it twice, told the story twice, you feel me? So, that's like a punch in the face to law enforcement, you know, and, you know, I don't fuck with the police like that, even though I'm a civilian. But, you know, the police, you got to hand it to them. They still never let this case die, and they still were pursuing the murder of Tupac being solved. You know what I mean? So, If you're a Tupac fan, I guess you can find some comfort in that. But this is the thing, though. You know, I'm not sure if they can get KeefeD on murder, of the actual murder, because there's not a witness that says I seen KeefeD do that shit. You know what I mean? But this is a caveat to that. They can get him for accessory to murder since you were there and you're the only surviving person out of that car. They need somebody to pin this shit on, and you've done enough talking. So this was inevitable at some point. You know, he like I said, he could have just faded to black and just left it at that. But he chose to get on Vlad. He chose to get on some of these other smaller platforms and continue to talk about the shit, which is stupid. Like, there's no statute of limitations on murder. Like, let me repeat that. There's no statute of limitations on murder. The only time you are allowed to talk about murder or killing somebody is if you've already been convicted of the crime. And even then, sometimes people don't talk about that shit just out of respect for the family or their situation. You know what I mean? But, hey, you reap what you sow. This is the lesson that could be in this video. You reap what you sow, and everything that goes on in the dark comes to light eventually. And KeefeD, you know, every dog has his day. Now, I bet you he's sitting in that jail cell thinking like, oh, man, you know how that nigga talk. You know what I'm saying? Damn! Oh, damn! You know, they got a collage every time he was on Vlad saying, damn! Damn! I bet you he's in the jail cell right now saying, damn, they finally done got my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even if he wasn't the trigger man and he want to blame it on his dead nephew, they can still get him for accessory to murder, man. Like, they gonna find something to pin on this nigga. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, or fortunate to some people, but maybe unfortunate to others that, you know, he's probably going to get convicted of something, and he's already up there in age, and he might just die in a prison cell, man. And that's probably, like, I'd rather just go out on some other shit than to die in a prison cell, bro. That's like the loneliest way to go. Like, even, I mean, there's other worse ways to go out in prison, but as an old man, you gotta sit back and look at your whole life legacy, from being this big ass drug dealer at one time to going down 27 years later for a murder that, if you didn't commit it, you was in the car and are an accessory to it because you chose to get on the internet and Vlad and just tell the whole story, thinking that you still had immunity for something that the police was like, no, you don't, my nigga. There's a loophole to this. We're going to get your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to make this video too long, man. This seems to be the hot topic. You know, I get on the channel and I got a variety of different things that I discuss on here, but hot topics, world topics, current events is happen to be one. This is just my observational opinion on that. You know, all money ain't good money, man. Vlad threw him that bag. Some of these other platforms threw him that bag, and he just got on there and showed out. So, hey, you know, take your lick, my nigga. Take your lick. You know, they gonna get him. I don't think they're gonna get him for murdering Tupac. I don't think that they can prove that. But he's spoken enough for them to prove that he has definitely been an accessory to murder. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure they're gonna play all them Vlad interviews. They're over there right now chopping it up if they haven't already. You know, Vlad has come out and made a statement saying that he didn't cooperate. He ain't cooperating with nothing, but they got all the evidence they need. The videos are out. You know, they're there. And even if he takes them down, they still have been working this case since the day that he chose to get up and start talking about the shit. So, hey, man, you know, I don't want to see nobody go out like that. So, you know, y'all can scream free KeefeD, but hey, when it's kind of hard to say free somebody when they get up there and they start talking about some shit that they should have just shut the fuck up about, especially once you got off and nobody was looking at you about that shit, man. So, hey, you know, you can't say free somebody who's doing some stupid ass shit like that, man, because there's a lot of niggas in prison that's innocent that wish that they had a chance to be out, and you know, it's niggas that's guilty that wish they had a chance to be out, and this nigga went and talked about the whole shit for years. So, hey, man, it is what it is, man. Hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. I appreciate all my returning viewers. I appreciate my new subscribers as well as my returning subscribers. And like I said, go through my videos, go through my shorts. If there's anything that you like, man, continue to support the channel by sharing, by leaving a comment, by leaving a like. You can leave a dislike if you want. Hey, it's up to you, man. I appreciate y'all. King.